It's called Fit for the Job.
Okay.
And we got to run this by you. We're going to show you a quick little 30-second video. It's going to give you 3 options for a driver. I just want you to tell us which driver you would prefer taking the Mezeh delivery and why, and what attributes them is why you would select them.
Okay. Let's go.
And you might recognize some friendly faces in the video, so don't judge it based on who
it's a
like
small
that
content.
you see in the video
Okay.
best.
Understood. I would have to go with my boy Nate, number 3.
Number 3.
His look,
Let's go.
he's wearing a branded shirt, polo shirt, which I think, dress for success. You don't want someone showing up to a catering wearing their pajamas or slippers. He had a cart and 3 bags, which kind of prepares him for anything. And that's what we need from the store to the customer.
We did that, our first take with that with Honey Row yesterday, and they actually said that they would have ranked it 3, 1, 2, with I think myself being last, and they put Christian above, even though he had no equipment or anything, because he had branded gear on.
Interesting.
So is there like a chain of like sequential order? Like what's most important to you guys? Is it obviously being on time, but is it like having the equipment? Is it the professionalism, the branded clothing, like you mentioned, like with Nate and myself, or like how do you feel about all those different things that a driver could show up having or not having?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's super important that the integrity of the food is maintained from start to finish. And again, the bag situation can be very trying because, again, we have restaurants in New York, in Washington, D.C., where it's on the 10th floor, and you're not able to make 7 trips back and forth to get everything. And if you don't have bags, it's just a bad look. And then the customer feels like they need to help, which they may not be in a position. So I would say I would slack on appearance as long as the guy or girl was ready to take all the food in 1 trip or 2 trips to be efficient.
That's a great answer. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
answer.
it's great. It's great to hear directly from a restaurant operator or a restaurant marketing and catering person for our drivers, right? Like they hear from us. They know how we educate them, be on time, dress for the job, and make sure you have the right equipment. And for us, talking to them, it's like your equipment's going to dictate how large of an order you can take and therefore how much money you can make on the platform, right? But the integrity of the food and hearing how passionate you guys are about your fresh ingredients and getting things out hot and ready for the customer, that all goes to hell, for lack of better words, when the driver doesn't have the right equipment, right? If you have going to the 10th floor and you've driven all the way to a skyscraper and the food's not in a thermal bag, everything you guys did goes down the drain, and it's just it doesn't represent your guys' brand well.
No, and that's key for us, is that when you try Mezeh, again, we feel like you only have to try it once. But if something's a little off due to a delivery issue or packaging issue, we could lose a potential future customer over that. And again, I think appearance does help get you in the door, but having the tools to get the job done right is more important, at least in my eyes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like at some point in time, what the driver shows up looking like, the equipment, obviously the setup aspect is massive for any of these catering deliveries, but how do you feel like that can affect their earning experience with a brand or with a delivery platform or that interaction with the customer? Like we have some partners, I don't know the Mezeh contract specifically, but we have some partners who don't have a pre-added gratuity. The gratuity is left at the drop-off. So you feel like the professionalism, the presentation, those things, and how they show up, what equipment, how prepared they are, and the execution they pull off, that will have an effect on their earning potential. And then obviously being requested by a brand, by Mezeh in the future, or things like that are able to happen on our platform. Like how do all those aspects affect the driver's earning potential?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's as simple as the reason that driver picked up an order from that store is because it's convenient for them. You know, it fits in their schedule. If they mess that delivery up, we're not going to get that order again. They're not going to be able to deliver it again. So it is a relationship that we work on together. You know, if we don't give all the food to the driver, they look bad, we look bad. But if they can't execute and the customer says, I'm not going with Mezeh again, that driver is missing out on future earnings that I think can be judged on one order. And I've seen it, you know, some of these business lunches are the most important meeting of the day. Now, every catering we do is the most important
Yeah,
lunch
there
of
it
the
is.
day. But, you know, someone who orders lunch 5 days a week, all month, if you get on their bad side, it's hard to come back from that. And I think the more the drivers can impress upon the customer, the more opportunity Mezeh has to get a reorder and a recommendation even from that person who ordered.
I just love the concept of drivers and Mezeh building a customer base together, right? Like it's our customer, it's not just your customer.
Yeah,
Love that.
100%.